What is going on, guys? It's QBZ here, and welcome back to Bearcave Thoughts, episode 2. Changing the format up a little bit. This is more to spark a discussion and not necessarily try to beat up anybody. But what I wanted to start with this video is my top reasons for why console players have a legitimate gripe on Destiny 2 coming to PC. The first one up is Bungie has not proven their ability to get the balance in the game correct. Destiny is a hugely imbalanced game. No matter how often they try to talk about it, updates come way too infrequently. Guns really stick out in the meta. We had the same meta for the past pretty much over a year. Scout rifles, hand cannons, and pulses. Then they just recently changed it from pulses to a different type of pulse, but still hand cannons. Hella professional. Forgot to mute my phone. Next up is that it will splinter the community. The community only has a certain pie, and right now it's kind of like mostly PlayStation, and then you got like Xbox down here. You're gonna have to add PC into the mix now, and when you add more variables into the pie, that means more time you have to spend on something else. So time that could be spent on Xbox One or PS4 is actually going to be spent adding to PC. Also, we don't know how well or how optimized it will be for PC, so who knows how much time they will actually have to cater to that, whether they have a dedicated team or studio focusing on the PC, or whether it'll be Bungie proper doing anything with it. Even with a massive amount of resources, there's just not enough time. No matter how big of a company you are, how many resources you have, resources are finite, and one of those very finite resources is time. And how well can it be managed? Because Bungie's not really good on putting stuff out on time. Look at that weapons patch that now they're fixing again. Bungie hasn't proven themselves in being able to manage their time properly and releasing updates while working on different things, and then just adding PC into the mix just brings a whole nother kerfluffle. Yeah, I just made that up. The third reason is that PC ports are mostly underwhelming, though Bungie may be the exception to the rule. I hold a bated breath. Bungie I don't really know their experience with most modern recent PC ports, but even though the game is created on a PC, the game was designed for a console, and they want Destiny 2 to feel different. However, they aren't really proven in this area, so holding back with a bated breath. Hopefully they can get it right, but most PC ports are usually garbo compared to the console. A major fear with a lot of people who follow content creators such as myself, humbly, I mean, I only like 3 people, and a lot of Twitch streamers and a lot of the bigger guys, is that everybody's gonna fear is that they're gonna play on PC and abandon the console. People, I know it's not a really valid excuse, but some people just feel that they're probably gonna be abandoned because of that gap for a PC. Now, I have a pretty decent PC myself. I can't run everything 4K Ultra, but it's still a pricey. There is a barrier to entry that can be pretty pricey with that. My PC, I'm in it like well over $1,000. Mostly because I do video editing on YouTube and stuff. However, a lot of people, they can barely get a console, keep it up and running, and they're like, oh, I feel pressured to get Destiny on PC because such and such favorite content creator is playing on PC. I want a chance to play with them and stuff. Now, granted, I know most of them will be able to play on multiple consoles. I will be able to play on multiple consoles. I plan on adding a PS4 myself, so I don't think it'll be that big of an issue, but it is actually something that has worried people, because a lot of the Destiny community, the reason it has lasted so long was a lot of the vibrancy within Twitch and also within the Destiny subreddit and Bungie.net forums. That's a big chunk. A lot of the viability and survivability of this game came through a lot of the interactions and community building that we've had, and part of that community building has been with content creators, whether that content creator is lore writers, people posting things on Reddit, people posting things on the Bungie.net forums, your favorite Twitch streamers, your favorite YouTube I couldn't say that with a straight face, your favorite YouTube content creators. This game has survived so long through all the shit that it's had because of our community. This is probably the most important point. And if that community becomes fractured, this game does not last through those moments to where Bungie does not provide enough information, or Bungie hasn't released a patch in forever, or the game is like super broken and the community's like feeling really bad about it. This game will survive due to the fact that the community can stick together, and a lot of people fear that might not be the case when PC is added to the mix. And the final point is that we don't know whether PC will get to taste updates first. And if PCs get to taste updates first, those people who can take advantage of playing Destiny on PC will have kind of like an unfair advantage or something of some sort. The last part is kind of but if it's anything like Overwatch, where there's a public test realm, a PTR, PC players, is the opportunity that PC players will get to experience those early, get to test out new guns, get to report back. If there's test builds, hopefully there are public test builds that will be put out before Bungie releases a patch. And considering that to release a patch, a major patch, not just a hot fix, on Xbox One and PS4 requires prior approval and setting those times up and everything, it could be a difficult thing for console players to feel left out. Like, man, why can't we do that? As we saw with the Division, it is very difficult to try to convince them to let them set up a public test realm. I don't know why they just don't do it. If they want to compete more with the PC market, they need to have things like that, especially in competitive multiplayer shooters. They need to be able to update frequently and issue balance patches and coordinate that better. I know there's not that much trouble with COD, but there's like PTRs all over the place, and Overwatch was one of the main ones. And just having that ability to have the game evolve and be able to be shaped by input and remarks as well. Now, another thing that will come from this, where PC players get to test it out first, if console players don't get to test it out, it seems like PC players will be the only ones who get a say in how the game is playing, because console players won't know if there's a public test realm and only PC players get to experience it. That's a third of the voice of the community being able to represent problems that the developers might have missed. When it used to be whole, as in the Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS4, PS3, you had an entire voice. But if there's a PTR, by the time they get it out the console, everything would have been said and done, and that would be a problem because they wouldn't not be able to experience it. Now, guys, let me know, what are some of the concerns, if you have any, about Destiny 2 coming to PC. I, for one, look forward to Destiny coming on PC, playing in glorious 4K 60 frames per second, and this environment will be absolutely gorgeous. Let me know how you guys feel down below. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to drop a like on the video and share. Appreciate you guys coming through. Have a great day.